Good Tuesday morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing. Impacts show that we will see increasing southwest winds across our southern area starting today. Gusts up to 25 miles per hour, but they'll be increasing towards 30 miles per hour, even some localized higher gusts on Wednesday. And again on Thursday. This is where our grass crop and finer fuels are the driest. That's our concern. Some increased moisture across southern Idaho and adjacent areas of far northern Nevada and Utah. Wednesday and Thursday I should bring up live fuel moistures and also fine fuel moistures up a little bit in those areas. Precipitation past 24 hours, just a few sprinkles in and around the area in the eastern portion of the Great Basin, nothing too significant. A little bit more here in southeast Idaho. There's some lightning for us, again, mostly across areas that fuels are too moist to readily ignite, but we do have new fires, mostly in the 1 to several acres, given by the red dots, recent fire activity in the yellow. And they did have a couple of fires recently, last few days, that pushed 1,000 acres or so in some spots. Observed precipitation pretty bone dry the past 7 days and even the past 14 days. The Snake River Plain, much of Nevada, Arizona Strip, again mostly just a few 107-inch precipitation to nothing. The only significant precipitation was across the higher terrain of eastern Idaho and parts of western Wyoming. Our ERCs have been increasing, drying out, a lot more yellow on the map across northern Nevada, southern Idaho, even up into central Idaho. Some pockets starting to dry out. Also northwest Utah, but our dries continues to be down towards southwest Utah, the Arizona Strip area. Looking at 10-hour fuels, which are probably the most analogous to the grasses, and you can see they're at very low levels by the red, 3 and 4%, pushing up towards the Idaho border and even up into parts of southern Idaho as well. Looking at our 100-hour fuels, you can see they've dropped down quite a bit here in northwest Utah at normal early July levels, which is pretty dry. Southwest Nevada actually below normal and not too far away from record dry levels, and that's where they have a pretty decent grass crop. We'll have to watch that. And across the Arizona Strip and far southern Utah, also near normal levels, which is quite dry for early July. However, the live fuels continue to tell a different story down south here. Starting to drop pretty rapidly in southern Nevada. It's probably our driest. It's about 125 or so. At that point, the brush can become part of the fire environment, but a bit further north into northwest Utah, you can see the live fuel moisture still well above the normal green dashed line, dropping down to normal across southwest Idaho at about values about 120, 130. So we'll have to watch that area, which has been bone dry the last couple of days. Live fuels have really decreased quite a bit up there. Satellite imagery again shows the unseasonably deep low pressure, which has been a continuation of the late winter and spring pattern, bringing increasing winds, maybe some scattered high clouds, but also preventing the monsoon from getting going. So we're going to, with the tight height packing here, we should start seeing some increasing winds across the western Great Basin. That should spread further to the south and east as we go into the next few days. So for later today, there's that tighter packing, but there's some mid-level moisture with it. So there'll be some high clouds shielding things a little bit across southwest Idaho. Otherwise, a seasonably warm and dry day. Fire potential on the right-hand side. Driest areas in the south. Winds starting to pick up. Nothing too crazy yet. The orange shades are gusts in the upper 20s. A little bit here off the lee of the Sierra. A larger area across southern Nevada into southern Utah. A little bit into the Snake River Plain up here. But you can see those humidity levels and where they are most critical. Single digits to low teens in the south, but into the 20s here in southern Idaho. Now for Wednesday, we have that trough low pressure deepening a little bit. To the north, there'll be some clouds here where you see the green, but to the south, in those southern areas, the sun will shine brightly. Winds will be increasing, and that's where we have a good grass crop. 10-hour fuels are very dry. We do have high risk for these areas here in southern Nevada, the Arizona Strip, and southern Utah. Here are the winds given here, and some of the purple shades here, gusts could be in the mid to upper 30s, otherwise 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts. Again, humidity levels in the single digits to low teens. As we go into Thursday, again, drier air by the 10ish shades through here. Still some good winds. We have high risk for those same areas, and there's the winds shifting out of Nevada more into Utah at this point. Again, single digit to low teen humidities in the south, but higher humidities in the north. Not much precipitation. Some of those waves of moisture could produce a few hundredths of an inch along the Nevada, Idaho border. But that's basically about it. Further down the road on Friday, trough of low pressure here. Winds weakening a bit, but seasonable temperatures. Not too hot, but not too cool either. Fire potential on the right-hand side. As we go into Saturday, not much change. Sunday, some semi-monsoonal moisture starting to get going in little bits and drabs, but shifting more into New Mexico, not much to Arizona. Drier air punching in, and this will be next Monday, July 8th. Really no sign of the monsoon. Dry air, basically categorized as seasonably warm and dry, which for early July means things will continue to dry out, but we should not have any significant wind patterns at this time. 7-day precipitation totals not much different from the 3-day, and the 8 to 14-day outlook above normal temperatures for most of the Great Basin, especially further west. But here's the big story here on the right-hand side, below normal precipitation anomalies. This is due to the absence, the very late start of the monsoon, still not getting going as we are going into July 9th to the 15th. So we'll have to watch this area in our south for increased fire potential during this time. Also to remind you, the Great Basin Seasonal Outlook from July to October has just been issued. You can find it online on our webpage right next to this briefing. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.